Subscribe and go beyond the obvious.
As of right now, Earth remains the only oasis in the vast emptiness of the cosmos where we have confirmed signs of life. We've searched everywhere within reach: the dusty deserts of Mars, the toxic clouds of Venus, and the icy shells of moons like Titan and Europa. So far, only silence. But stop for a second and consider the scale. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth's beaches. Given that almost every star has its own entourage of planets, the idea that we are completely alone seems almost impossible. We've already stumbled upon some truly intriguing worlds. Fasten your seatbelts. We are setting off on a tour of the most exotic planets that aren't just suitable for life. They might be much more welcoming than our own home. The first candidate on our list is a real favorite among scientists searching for a second Earth. It is a colossal rocky world, twice the size of our planet. It is cozily situated in its star's Goldilocks zone, where temperatures allow water to remain liquid rather than turning into steam or ice. Imagine a planet so huge that a flight between its continents could take over 100 hours. These are incredible expanses for life to develop, with far more landmass than we have. But the most interesting thing is the sun it orbits. Our sun is a yellow dwarf, and its lifespan is limited to 10 billion years. We are already at the equator of this journey, and in 5 billion years, our luminary will swell up, literally consuming the Earth. Planet KY 5715.01 orbits an orange dwarf. These stars are slightly smaller than our sun, but they are incredibly stable. They can shine for up to 70 billion years. For comparison, life on Earth has evolved for only 4 billion years. Just imagine what level civilizations could achieve over tens of billions of years of quiet development. We are talking about Dyson sphere-level technologies and colossal megastructures. It sounds like paradise, and you might already be packing your bags. But there is a nuance. This world is located 3,000 light-years away from us. Even on the fastest modern NASA ship, the journey would drag on for 100,000 years. For now, we can only dream about who might inhabit it and take a closer look at options nearer to home. Just 39 light-years away lies a place that could become a real refuge for humanity. This is the TRAPPIST-1 system, discovered in 2017. Here, 7 Earth-sized planets are huddled tightly against their star, and 3 of them are right in the habitable zone. Astronomers have practically lived in observatories in recent years, trying to discern signs of life there. We found this gold mine. Using the transit method, scientists recorded microscopic dips in the star's brightness at moments when planets passed in front of its disk. These worlds are much older than ours. Life there could have started its journey 3 billion years before Earth finished forming. TRAPPIST-1e, the 4th planet from the star, is of particular interest. It is slightly smaller than Earth, and we assume there are perfect conditions for oceans to exist, and the atmosphere might be even richer in oxygen than ours. However, life there is very different from Earth's. The system's star is a tiny red dwarf, almost the size of Jupiter. It is much cooler than our sun, so the planets have to keep incredibly close to it. The entire system could easily fit inside the orbit of Mercury. Such proximity creates a problem. The planets are most likely tidally locked. This means one side is eternally fried by the sun, while the other is shackled in eternal ice. The most exciting thing about the TRAPPIST-1 system is the view from the surface. Because the planets are located so close to each other, you could just look up and see huge neighboring worlds hanging in the sky like giant moons. Travel between them could become routine, like a flight to a neighboring country. You could go skiing on the frosty TRAPPIST-1H, and then fly off for the weekend to the tropical paradise of TRAPPIST-1D. Given the distance of only 39 light-years, someday this fantastic picture might become a reality for our descendants. The next stop is Kepler 452b, a world often called Earth 2.0. The similarity of this planet to ours is sometimes even scary. It makes a complete revolution around its star in 384 days. That's only 5% longer than our Earth year. If we lived there, every month would last exactly 32 days, which seems strangely correct and logical. However, this is a super-Earth. It is about 50% larger than our planet, which means there is much more land, giant continents, and potentially huge water reserves. So far, everything sounds perfect, but this coin has a flip side. Even though Kepler 452b is only 1.5 times larger than Earth, it is 5 times heavier. This means gravity on its surface will be twice as strong as ours. Every person there would instantly weigh double. But here begins the most interesting part. As far as we know, it is the only planet in its system. It has no protector gas giant. You might think, doesn't Jupiter protect us from asteroids? Wouldn't Kepler 452b turn into a target for endless strikes from space without such a bodyguard? In fact, recent studies show the opposite. For decades, we considered Jupiter our faithful shield, attracting asteroids to itself. But computer simulations have shown that in a system without Jupiter, asteroid collisions on terrestrial planets would be 3.5 times less frequent. So Kepler 452b, being a loner, might be much safer than we thought. But this world is far from perfect. Its star is slightly older than ours. As they age, such stars become more aggressive and radiate more energy. As a result, the planet might be receiving too much radiation, triggering an irreversible greenhouse effect. Over time, this world could turn from a second Earth into a scorching hell similar to Venus, destroying all life. We conclude our expedition 600 light-years from home, in the distant constellation of Cygnus. Here lies Kepler 22b, one of the most intriguing super-Earths ever discovered by humanity. This planet has stumped astronomers for years. It is right in the center of the habitable zone, and our best observations indicate that we are facing a true ocean world. It's almost an exact replica of Miller's planet from the movie Interstellar, a colossal global ocean covering a solid core, hundreds of kilometers deep. It is entirely possible that life originated and evolved in the abysses of this endless ocean. Imagine bizarre creatures and alien fish that seem real only in your wildest dreams. If humanity ever makes the grand leap across the galaxy to visit Kepler 22b, I'm sure a surprise exceeding all expectations awaits us. The biological diversity of such a world could capture the imagination of any Earth scientist. A whole gallery of worlds opens up before us, from giants with immense gravity to systems where neighboring planets are visible in the sky like the palm of your hand. Each of them is unique in its own way and, perhaps, already inhabited. But the main question remains open. Which of these worlds would you choose for your new home? As alluring as the ocean of Kepler 22b or the eternal twilight of the Trappist system might seem, for now, I think I prefer to stay here on our native Earth.